Hi, I'm Mary Thomas, physical therapist with Innovative Therapy. I wanted to share with you some concepts that might blow your mind. So one of the things that I hear a lot when I go to networking events and different social activities is, well, I'll never be able to move my shoulder better than this because that's what I was told by my healthcare provider. Another one I hear is, well, I'm a certain age, and at this age my mom couldn't move or my dad couldn't move any better. But what if we could use some movements and use a different paradigm to change that? What if we could open up opportunities for your body to release all those traumas and all those experiences that it's carrying? There's a lot of literature out there on how different issues get stuck in our tissues, in our brains, in our joints, in our bodies, and keep us from really moving well. So I'm going to share with you a couple of movements from an entire system of movement that helps you to change where you're stuck. So let's say I had a surgery here when I was 6 or 12 or 24. And that scar tissue in that area holds my body down and restricts it. And I think, well, that's as good as it gets. You know, I did have that surgery. Or maybe I was hit with playing football or basketball really hard. And well, that's as good as it gets because I got hit and there's injury. But let's see if we can release some of those stuck spots by doing a couple of movements and see what happens in your body. So let's start just with a simple trunk twist. So I'm going to face the camera so you can see this line coming straight down my body with my buttons. And I'm just going to put my hands here because I don't want to whack the back of the chair, or if I'm in a room, whack any of the furniture, regular room in my living room. You can just do this sitting on a regular dining chair. So I'm going to think this is a 3 and this is a 9 as I do my turns. I want to see how far am I turning, how comfortable is that, and what stops me from going any further. So I'm going to twist as far as I'm able to. And I notice my back shoulder is a little bit past the 6, like maybe 620 or so. And I can really feel that stretch. It actually feels great, and I want to keep doing it. So then I'm going to compare that to the other side. And as I twist, I get tight at about 5:30, 5:45 maybe, somewhere in there. And my body's like, I can't go any further. I'm not really having any pain, but I do feel tightness coming through this area of my body and through my spine to a greater degree than I felt going to the left. So what do I want to do when I'm doing that? Most of the time what people do is they stretch and they continue to stretch the side that was hard. But just for a minute, I want you to put that thought on a shelf, and I want you to try going into the ease. So we're going to put our hands here and we're going to twist into the easy side. Yes, into the easy side. This is super important that we're going into the direction of ease. Now, if I knew how to edit video, I'd take that out, but since I don't, you'll just get it like it is. So we're going to twist in our direction of ease, and we're going to hold that for 20 seconds. And I want you to know how long 20 seconds is, so I'm using a timer because a lot of people think that 20 seconds is much shorter than it really is. So let's go. So we're going to twist. I've pushed the button, and we're counting. And I'm just noticing what my body feels as I breathe, as I ease further into the stretch on the exhale. Then I'm going to come back and do a little shake it out. I want to give those tissues a little bit of relief from that tight stretch. But now we're going to do it again to the easy side. We're not going to go back and forth. We're just going to the easy side. So ready and turn. Feel your breath. Feel how deep that goes into your body. Feel the ease on the release of the breath. And come back. I hope you can hear the timer. It's pretty loud, I think, so should be able to hear the timer. And then just move your body the way that it feels like it wants to. Because you've opened up some tissues, you've released some things that have been restricting you, and now we're going to just let that kind of shift around like that jar of macaronis. You got to get that extra half cup in there, so you keep shaking it so you can get the lid on. All right, we're going to do that one more time to the easy side. Breathe and ease into the rotation, the twist, as you exhale. So you take it to the point of a nice stretch. You don't go into pain. Pain is highly overrated in my opinion. I don't really like pain. So, now I want to see, am I really doing anything? I mean, I do feel pretty good over here. And I do feel some opening happening. But in therapy, we always want to be treating something. We have a goal, right? So I want to see, did I open up the other side? So I don't even have to use my timer, because when we first tested, we didn't use a timer, right? So I'm just going to twist to my hard side, and I'm going to notice that I am nearly to 6 o'clock over here as I twist. Yep, I think I just hit 6. And this discomfort in my hip and pelvic area didn't even start until I hit that 6 o'clock. Before that, it was feeling fine. So, what do I want to do to treat that? And why do I want to treat it? We have this tissue called fascia that hooks our muscles and our joints together and holds our intestines in place so they don't all hang down here. So, when this fascia gets restricted and tight, we want to open it up and have it move. Because when it's free to move in different directions and angles, we're free to move in different directions and angles. So we can start to relieve different pains. The interesting thing that I've learned with the BODi Power system is how frequently the release needs to happen in a different region of the body. So what does that mean? If I'm having shoulder pain, frequently I've gotten rid of it with a trunk twist. I've even had people tell me that they've had headache relief when they're doing the trunk twist. I've even had people, after they stand up and start walking, tell me that they felt like walking was easier because they just felt freer to move through their torso, because your torso does need to move when you walk. So if I got results, but I'm still not even on both sides, I'm going to go back to my easy side. And I'm going to work that easy side again in order to achieve those results. So you can either put the video on pause, or you can come back later, because I'm going to show you one more movement you can do to help yourself ease and free your body and your movement up. So if I put my leg out straight, so my knee is straight, my heel's on the floor, you can pretty close to see that, right? And I'm going to lift my thigh closer to my chest. All right, this isn't a contest between you and me. I do this for a living. So this is only a comparison between your left and right side. So your leg might not go up as high as mine, but that's not the point of this. The point of this is for you to find out what your best side is and what your hard side is. So if I lift my leg up, and I just notice, how high does it go? How close does it come to my chest? Notice I'm not using strict rules and saying you have to have your body straight and you can't lean back and all this stuff. Those things aren't really going to make an impact in the end, because what we're looking at doing is retraining the brain as well as releasing restrictions in the fascia. So if I put my other leg out and I raise it up, okay, that one is a little harder. Just doesn't feel as free. Now you may have bigger limitations or a bigger difference between your two sides. But I've been doing these movements for a few years. Yeah, quite a few years, honestly. So because I've been doing these movements, mine are pretty even. So I'm looking for little changes. You might see bigger changes and bigger differences. But you should still notice, do I have a hard and an easy side? Not everybody's going to have a hard and an easy side on every movement, which is why in the clinic and when you're working with me one-on-one, even if it's online, we test a minimum of 6 movements per session and as many as 30 movements in a session in order to help you find your best movements to treat with. So some movements aren't going to be your movements to treat with, and that's okay because, you know, thank heavens you don't have every problem, right? I mean, I wouldn't want every problem. So I'm going to do 3 sets of 10 lifts on my right leg. And since I know some of you are counting, I'm going to have to count too. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I did 10 leg lifts. I'm going to stand up and move that around. Let my muscles have a little rest. And then I'm going to do another set of 10 leg lifts. And again, how high you lift it, you want to feel like you're doing something, but you don't have to beat yourself up. That's the beauty of this. There's no beating yourself up. It's just, how many can I do? So if 10 is too many for you, go ahead and cut it down to 8 or 7 or even 5. Because this whole system is about focusing on what you can do and expanding that, not focusing on what you can't do and beating it up. Because there are enough things in life that beat us up, right? We want to heal. And I want you to heal. All right, so I'm going to stick this leg out and I'm going to lift it up. Now, if you notice, I'm giving it a little assistance with my hand on those last few reps because this is getting kind of tired. So if you need to give your leg a little assistance, it's okay. Remember, this isn't about beating yourself up. This is about getting results. And at this point, we've done 3 sets of 10 or 3 sets of 7 or whatever you chose to do on your easiest leg. So now we're going to check our hard leg and see what happens. Now you're watching the video camera, but to me it feels like it goes up higher and it's easier, like the leg is lighter. So it's obvious that I haven't gained strength in my left leg. What I've done is I've connected more to my body. I've released restrictions that are keeping me from having ease and grace in my movement, and I've been able to bring that balance. So again, in the clinic, what does this look like? So in the clinic, we actually test 6 movements and give them scores so that we can compare these movements to each other and figure out where we think we're going to get the biggest bang for our time investment in order to help rebalance the body from those injuries and traumas that have gotten stuck over the years. As these get released by doing the movements, then my movements become more free and easy to perform and less painful. So I've had people where they've come in with headaches and we've gotten rid of headaches by doing leg lifts. Why? Because the body leads us through knowing what are the movements that it needs us to do by using the score system and performing the movements with the greatest ease. I know, it kind of blows your mind, doesn't it? But if you would like more information about how you can learn and do the BODi Power System, please go to the link below or above. I'm not sure where it's going to show up on this post. But go to the link and fill out the information, and either myself or Katie will give you a call, and we can set up a free consultation online so that you can experience the benefits, especially if these two movements weren't your top two movements, as I call them, but your most powerful resolvers at this level. At this point, I have 25 levels of Body Power System developed, and I'm constantly working on developing more levels to help more people reach their dreams when it comes to being able to move better. I can't wait to talk to you.